5 wheel brands are destroying Mercedes suspension systems right now, not because they look wrong, because they are wrong in ways you cannot see until the damage is already done. Incorrect offset, compromised load ratings, hub bore tolerances that vibrate at highway speed, and stress wheel bearings that cost $800 to replace. Today we are naming all 5 and revealing the 9 brands that actually belong on an AMG. Stay until the end. The final brand is the one AMG engineers put on their own personal vehicles. Let us get into it. Brand to avoid number 5, XXR wheels. XXR wheels occupy the high visibility, low cost end of the aftermarket wheel market. They appear frequently in modified vehicle photography and social media content because they are inexpensive, available in aggressive fitment specifications, and produce the visual stance that modified car culture values. They are consistently documented as one of the most problematic wheel choices for Mercedes platforms specifically. The primary issue is load rating. XXR wheels are manufactured to a load rating that reflects the weight of the vehicles they were designed for. Most XXR products are designed for compact cars and mid-size sedans in the 15 to 1700 kilogram range. A Mercedes-AMG C63 weighs approximately 1900 kilograms. An AMG GLE Coupe weighs over 2200 kilograms. Mounting wheels with insufficient load ratings on a vehicle that exceeds those ratings creates a structural fatigue situation. The wheel experiences repeated stress events during normal driving on roads with imperfections. Each stress event contributes to microscopic fatigue, cracking at high stress points in the wheel structure. The fatigue cracking is invisible externally. It progresses until a structural failure occurs. Structural wheel failure at highway speed on an AMG is not a recoverable situation. A Mercedes C43 owner from Texas named Brandon purchased XXR wheels based on their aggressive appearance and price point. At approximately 14,000 miles on the wheels, he experienced a rear wheel failure during a highway lane change at 70 miles per hour. The vehicle became uncontrollable briefly before he was able to bring it to a stop on the shoulder. Post-incident inspection found fatigue cracking at 3 spoke-to-barrel junctions that had been progressing before the final failure. The visual appeal of the XXR product did not indicate the structural limitation. The structural limitation was never disclosed on the product listing. Brandon's total cost, including tow, inspection, new wheels, and alignment verification, exceeded $3,000. The original wheel purchase price was $480 for the set. The saving of $1,200 over a comparable premium aftermarket set returned as a $3,000 bill 18 months later. Make sure you subscribe now and hit the notification bell. Next week, we are publishing the complete Mercedes wheel fitment guide, covering every AMG variant from the C-Class through the GLS, with specific offset, hub bore, and load rating specifications for each platform. That information will save you from every mistake covered in this video before you make the purchase. The next brand fails through a different mechanism that is initially invisible and only reveals itself after the warranty period has elapsed. Brand to avoid number 4, Replica OEM. Wheels. Replica OEM wheels are aftermarket wheels manufactured to visually replicate the appearance of factory Mercedes wheels at a fraction of the price. They appear identical to factory wheels in product photography. They appear identical installed on the vehicle. They are structurally and metallurgically different from factory wheels in ways that visual inspection cannot detect. Factory Mercedes wheels are manufactured to specific metallurgical specifications that determine the alloy composition, heat treatment, and structural geometry required for the weight, load rating, and dynamic performance of that specific vehicle platform. These specifications are proprietary and are not available to replica manufacturers. Replica manufacturers produce wheels that look correct without the engineering documentation that determines why the factory wheel is the shape it is. The spoke geometry, thickness distribution, and barrel design of a factory, Mercedes wheel is determined by finite element analysis of the stress loads that wheel will experience on that specific vehicle. A replica wheel that copies the visual appearance without access to the stress analysis data produces a wheel that may look identical but distributes structural stress differently under load. The difference may not manifest for tens of thousands of miles. It almost always manifests eventually in the form of premature cracking at stress concentration points that the replica design has not correctly addressed. The cost saving of replica wheels over genuine OEM or premium aftermarket alternatives is typically between $200 and $600 per wheel. The cost of a single structural failure at highway speed is incalculable. Replica OEM wheels carry an additional risk that structural failures do not. Insurance complications. A vehicle involved in an incident while running wheels that do not meet the manufacturer's specifications may face complications during the claims process. A replica wheel that is not certifiably load rated to the vehicle's requirements is a wheel that the vehicle was not manufacturer approved to run. Documentation of this fact during an insurance investigation changes the conversation about liability in ways that most replica wheel buyers never consider at the point of purchase. The next brand on the avoid list is more recognized than the first two and carries brand awareness that makes its Mercedes-specific limitations more surprising to most buyers. Brand to avoid, number 3, König wheels. König is a legitimate wheel manufacturer with genuine products that perform adequately on the platforms they are designed for. The Mercedes-specific problem with König is not a quality concern. It is a fitment concern related to hub bore specification. König manufactures most of their products with a hub bore diameter of 73 mm as their standard offering. The Mercedes AMG hub bore specification is 66.5 mm. The 6.5 mm difference means a König wheel installed on a Mercedes AMG hub is not centered on the hub. It requires hub-centric rings to achieve correct centering. Hub-centric rings are available and can theoretically correct this fitment issue. In practice, hub-centric rings installed on a performance vehicle driven at AMG performance levels work loose over time from the vibration and thermal cycling of aggressive driving. A hub-centric ring that is loosened allows the wheel to shift off-center. The vibration that follows is identical to the vibration from a wheel that was never centered correctly. The wheel-bearing stress that results is identical to the stress from incorrect fitment without any ring at all. König makes good wheels for the applications they were designed for. A Mercedes AMG is not one of those applications unless specific hub bore matched variants are verified before purchase. Verifying before purchase requires direct confirmation from König's fitment support line of the specific hub bore for the specific product being considered. Product listings alone are not sufficient verification. The next brand is one that many Mercedes owners purchase confidently based on its reputation in the European market and its availability through respected retailers. Brand to avoid, number 2, Motegi Racing. Wheels Motegi Racing produces wheels with strong visual design and adequate build quality for their intended application. Their intended application is predominantly Japanese domestic market vehicles and American domestic market trucks and SUVs. The Mercedes-specific limitation is offset range. The offset specification for AMG front axle applications typically falls between 35 and 52 mm of positive offset, depending on the specific AMG variant and wheel diameter. The majority of Motegi Racing products are designed with offset specifications that reflect the requirements of their primary target vehicles. These offset specifications frequently fall outside the AMG appropriate range by 15 mm or more. A wheel installed with 15 mm of incorrect offset on an AMG front axle positions the wheel contact patch outside the designed scrub radius geometry. The steering feels heavier at low speeds. Stability under braking is reduced from its designed baseline. Tire wear accelerates on the inner or outer shoulder depending on the direction of the offset error. A Mercedes GLC owner from Florida named Jennifer purchased Motegi wheels based on their visual appeal and availability at a local shop. Her front tires showed visible inner shoulder wear at 12,000 miles. An alignment shop identified the incorrect offset as the cause. The correct alignment could not be achieved with the incorrect offset wheels in place. Tire replacement and wheel replacement were both required to restore the correct geometry. The total cost of the incorrect wheel purchase was significantly higher than the original wheel price. Jennifer's experience illustrates the most important principle of the avoid list. A wheel that looks correct, bolts on correctly, and drives without immediate symptoms for 12,000 miles can still be causing damage throughout that period. The damage announces itself on a schedule the incorrect specification determines. Not on a schedule the driver controls. The final brand on the avoid list is the most commonly purchased incorrect choice for Mercedes AMG owners and the one with the highest documentation of damage in Mercedes-specific forums. Brand to avoid, number 1, generic Chinese marketplace. Wheels unbranded or minimally branded wheels sold through online marketplaces at prices between $100 and $200 per wheel represent the highest risk category for any Mercedes AMG application. The production standards for these products are unverified. The load ratings printed on product listings are not independently tested. The hub bore dimensions may be within specification or may not be. The alloy composition may meet any recognizable standard or may not. The offset specification may be accurate to within 1 mm or may be off by 5 or more. None of these variables can be confirmed without independent testing of the specific product. A wheel that carries no traceable brand name, no verifiable testing certification, and no documented history of use on Mercedes AMG platforms is a wheel that requires the buyer to assume every critical specification is correct without any basis for that assumption. The assumption is the financial risk. An AMG C63 owner from Georgia named Marcus purchased a set of unbranded marketplace wheels after seeing them on a popular modified car forum thread. The forum poster did not disclose they were selling the wheels and had a financial interest in their promotion. Marcus installed the wheels and drove approximately 8,000 miles before a routine tire rotation revealed hub bore erosion on 2 of the 4 wheels. The oversized hub bore had been wearing against the Mercedes hub surface for 8,000 miles. Both hubs required machining to restore their correct surface. The machining cost exceeded the wheel purchase price. The forum thread that led to the purchase was deleted shortly after Marcus posted his experience. The seller's account disappeared simultaneously. The marketplace listing that caused the damage no longer exists. The hub erosion on Marcus's vehicle exists permanently. If this section is saving you from a wheel purchase you are already considering, smash that like button right now. Every like puts this video in front of another Mercedes owner before they make the same mistake that has cost drivers thousands of dollars in documented cases. Now the 9 brands that actually belong on your Mercedes. AMG recommendation. Number 9. HRE Performance. Wheels. HRE Performance. Wheels is the benchmark against which every other premium aftermarket wheel is measured in the Mercedes performance community. Each wheel is manufactured to order using aerospace-grade billet aluminum machined from a single piece of material rather than cast from a mold. The single-piece billet construction eliminates the porosity and inconsistency of casting that affects structural integrity at the microscopic level. HRE provides a full fitment service that confirms hub bore, offset, and load rating for your specific AMG variant before production begins. The hub bore is machined to your vehicle's exact specification. The offset is confirmed to maintain correct scrub radius geometry. The load rating is specified for your vehicle's actual corner weight. An AMG GT owner from California describes his HRE wheels as the single modification that transformed his car from impressive to extraordinary in both appearance and dynamic feel. The weight reduction from the billet construction compared to cast factory wheels reduced unsprung mass. Reduced unsprung mass improves suspension response because the suspension has less mass to control during wheel travel. The improvement in ride quality and cornering feel is measurable and perceptible. HRE wheels are not inexpensive. They are correctly priced for what they deliver. The lead time from order to delivery runs between 8 and 14 weeks depending on the finish and configuration selected. For owners who want the absolute benchmark in fitment precision and are prepared to wait for the correct product, HRE is the unambiguous recommendation. The next recommendation offers comparable fitment precision at a lower price point through a different manufacturing approach. AMG recommendation. Number 8. Vossen Wheels. Vossen Wheels built their reputation in the luxury and performance vehicle community through a combination of aesthetic design quality and fitment precision that rivals HRE at a more accessible price point. Vossen's flow-formed manufacturing process begins with a cast aluminum blank that is then spun and pressed to the final shape under high pressure while rotating at high speed. The flow-forming process aligns the aluminum's grain structure in the direction of the spoke and barrel geometry. Aligned grain structure means the material is strongest in the direction where stress is applied during use. Cast-only manufacturing produces random grain structure that is equally strong in all directions, but not optimally strong in any specific direction. Vossen's fitment database includes specific verified configurations for every current AMG variant. The hub bore is available in 66.5 mm to match the Mercedes specification directly without hub-centric rings. The offset options cover the full range required for both standard and wide-body AMG applications. A verified Vossen fitment for your specific AMG is a wheel that centers correctly, positions correctly, and carries the load correctly from the first installation. Vossen's lead time is significantly shorter than bespoke forged manufacturers because the flow-forming process uses partially preformed blanks rather than starting from solid billet. For owners who want premium fitment precision with a shorter weight than full bespoke forging, Vossen is the correct choice in this tier. The next recommendation is the one that appears most frequently in AMG track day and driving event contexts. AMG recommendation. Number 7. BBS Wheels. BBS is a German wheel manufacturer with direct historical connection to Formula 1 and sports car racing. The engineering that produced race-winning wheels for German manufacturers translates directly to street application on AMG platforms because the technical requirements of a racing wheel and a performance street wheel are more similar than different in terms of the fundamental engineering disciplines involved. BBS manufactures wheels specifically validated for AMG applications. The CHR and CIR product lines are the most frequently specified for AMG street use. Both are produced with hub bore specifications matched to Mercedes platforms and offset ranges that cover standard AMG width and track requirements. The structural testing BBS applies to production wheels exceeds the requirements of any consumer standard. BBS applies the same testing discipline to street products that they developed for motorsport products. An AMG E63 owner from New York named Richard has driven his BBS-equipped AMG for 60,000 miles, including 3 track days. No structural concerns. no vibration from the day of installation, no fitment issues across 60,000 miles of mixed street and track use. Richard specifically chose BBS because of their motorsport validation history. He describes the confidence of knowing the wheel has been tested to motorsport standards as the primary reason for the purchase decision over competing premium brands at similar price points. The next recommendation comes from a manufacturer with a motorsport history that directly rivals BBS in a construction capability that solves the offset precision problem more completely than any other product in this investigation. AMG recommendation. Number 6. OZ Racing. Wheels. OZ Racing is an Italian manufacturer with a motorsport history comparable to BBS and a product range that covers street performance applications on Mercedes AMG platforms, with specific verified fitments. The Ultraleggera and Alleggerita product lines are the most commonly specified for C-Class and E-Class AMG applications. Both products use a three-piece construction that allows the offset to be precisely adjusted at the barrel-to-face joint during production. Adjustable offset through construction means OZ can produce a wheel at the exact offset specification of your specific AMG variant, rather than offering offset options in fixed increments. The exact offset capability is particularly valuable for wide-body AMG applications and for AMG variants where the correct offset falls between the standard increments offered by most manufacturers. OZ Racing's fitment support provides direct confirmation of the correct configuration for each AMG variant before order placement. The three-piece construction also allows individual component replacement if a barrel section is damaged rather than requiring full wheel replacement. A curb strike that damages the barrel of a three-piece OZ wheel costs significantly less to repair than the same impact on a one-piece wheel that requires complete replacement. The next recommendation is the brand that appears most consistently in the ownership and build documentation of AMG performance specialists. AMG recommendation. Number 5. Forgeline Wheels. Forgeline is an American manufacturer that produces forged wheels to order for performance applications with a fitment precision that directly competes with European manufacturers at comparable price points. The forging process produces a wheel with higher strength-to-weight ratio than casting, because the forging process aligns the aluminum grain structure and eliminates the porosity that affects cast aluminum at the structural level. Forgeline's order process begins with your vehicle identification number and the specific AMG variant confirmation. The hub bore, offset, load rating, and center cap clearance are all confirmed against Forgeline's AMG-specific fitment database before production begins. An AMG GT Black Series owner from Nevada describes Forgeline as the only manufacturer he trusted to produce wheels that met the combination of weight, strength, and fitment precision that the Black Series platform demands. The Black Series has specific suspension geometry requirements that make incorrect offset particularly damaging to the platform's designed handling balance. Forgeline confirmed every parameter before production. The result was wheels that the owner describes as the most confidence-inspiring modification he has made to the vehicle. Forgeline's American manufacturing also means customer support and production communication happen without the time zone delays and language barriers that can complicate orders with European manufacturers. For AMG owners who want forged precision with domestic manufacturing support, Forgeline is the recommendation that no European alternative fully replicates. The next 4 recommendations represent the most accessible premium tier for AMG owners who want verified fitment without extended lead times. AMG recommendation. Number 4. Rotiform Wheels. Rotiform produces flow-formed wheels with a specific Mercedes fitment line that covers hub bore and offset specifications for the most common AMG applications. The LASR and CVT product lines are most frequently specified for C-Class and E-Class AMG fitment. Both products are available with hub bore specifications matched to the Mercedes 66.5mm standard. Offset options within the AMG appropriate range are available across multiple diameter selections. Rotiform's fitment support confirms the correct configuration for your specific AMG variant before purchase. The flow-formed construction provides a strength advantage over cast-only alternatives at a price point significantly below bespoke forged products. Rotiform's visual design language is more aggressive and contemporary than most European manufacturers in this tier. For AMG owners who want a visually distinctive design with verified fitment at an accessible price point, Rotiform represents the strongest option in the accessible premium tier. Availability through established retailers rather than direct-only ordering means inspection before purchase is possible in most major markets. The next 3 recommendations complete the 9-brand list with manufacturers that each bring a specific technical strength to a specific AMG owner need. AMG recommendation. Number 3. Enkei Wheels. Enkei produces wheels with manufacturing precision developed through original equipment supply programs for multiple major manufacturers. The RPF1 and NT03 products have documented AMG fitment records across the owner community with hub bore specifications confirmed for Mercedes platforms. The OEM supply background means Enkei's manufacturing tolerances are held to standards that consumer aftermarket products rarely reach. An AMG C43 owner from Illinois named David has run Enkei RPF1 wheels on his car for 42,000 miles, including multiple autocross events. Zero vibration issues, zero fitment concerns. The manufacturing precision that OEM programs demand translated directly to aftermarket fitment reliability. Enkei's pricing sits at the most accessible point of the 9-brand recommendation list, for AMG owners whose primary constraint is budget rather than lead time or weight. Enkei delivers verified fitment at the lowest price point on this list without compromising the manufacturing precision that makes the recommendation valid. The next recommendation prioritizes something completely different from price accessibility. It prioritizes weight reduction at a level that changes how the AMG feels through every corner and under every braking event. AMG recommendation. Number 2. Raise Engineering. Wheels. Raise Engineering, the Japanese manufacturer behind Volk Racing, produces wheels validated to Japanese industrial standard specifications that exceed most European consumer testing requirements. The TE37 and CE28 product lines have long-standing AMG fitment documentation and weight specifications that reduce unsprung mass measurably compared to cast alternatives. For AMG owners who prioritize weight reduction above all other considerations, the Raise Engineering product range delivers the lowest unsprung mass of any wheel in the accessible premium tier through their forging and machining process. The weight reduction on an AMG platform translates directly to improved turn-in response, more precise steering feel, and reduced rotational inertia that the braking system must overcome during deceleration. Every gram removed from a rotating wheel has a disproportionate effect on vehicle dynamics compared to the same gram removed from a static component. Raise Engineering removes more of those grams than any other manufacturer at this price point. The next recommendation combines domestic manufacturing support, accessible pricing, and fitment verification built directly into the ordering process in a way that no other brand on this list replicates. AMG recommendation. Number 1. Apex Wheels. Apex Wheels is an American manufacturer that has built its entire product range around verified fitment for specific European performance platforms, with Mercedes receiving specific attention. Apex provides hub bore, offset, and load rating specifications confirmed for AMG applications and offers direct fitment support before purchase. The Apex approach of building fitment verification into the purchase process rather than leaving it to the buyer eliminates the assumption risk that makes the 5 avoid brands dangerous. For AMG owners who want domestic manufacturer support, accessible pricing, and fitment verification built into the ordering process, Apex is the recommendation that combines all 3 advantages in a single product line. All 9 brands on the recommend list share the characteristic that separates them from every brand on the avoid list: verified, documented fitment for Mercedes AMG platforms specifically rather than assumed fitment based on lug pattern compatibility alone. The lug pattern fits. The hub bore, offset, and load rating make it right. Hub bore, offset, load rating. Manufacturing integrity. 4 variables, 9 brands that get them right, 5 brands that do not. Your AMG deserves the brands that do. Hey, thanks for watching. If this video just saved you from a wheel purchase that would have cost you more in damage than the wheels themselves, let us know in the comments which brand you are currently running on your Mercedes and which recommendation you are considering. Want to see the complete tire brand investigation covering the 9 tire manufacturers that AMG specialists specify for track and street use on C63, E63, and GT platforms? Click on the Be It video on the left. And if you do not want to miss more Mercedes-specific modification and maintenance guides that give you the information the dealership and the parts industry profit from you not having, hit that subscribe button right now.